everyone to please rise.
I am not mind, nor intellect, not ego or the reflections of inner self. I am not the five senses. I am beyond that. I am not the ether, nor the earth, not the fire, not the wind. I am that eternal truth, pure consciousness and bliss.
আমারই চেতনার রঙে পান্না হলো সবুজ, চুনি উঠল রাঙা হয়ে। আমি চোখ মেললুম আকাশে, জ্বলে উঠল আলো পূবে পশ্চিমে। গোলাপির দিকে চেয়ে বলল, সুন্দর সুন্দর হলো সে। তুমি বলবে এ যে তত্ত্ব কথা, এ কবির বাণী নয়। আমি বলবো এ সত্য, তাই এ কাব্য।
The very purpose of our education should be the enlightenment of the soul. So, our earnest prayer to thy Lord will be, lead us from the darkness to the light. চিদাকাশে উন্মুক্ত হোক সেই ভগবৎ সত্তা, যে আলোয় প্রজ্বলিত হোক প্রকৃত শিক্ষার উদ্ভাবনী শক্তি, শুধু বইয়ের মধ্যে সীমাবদ্ধ নয়, সমাজের মধ্যে সীমাবদ্ধ নয়, সেই জ্ঞান সেই আলোতে আলোকিত হোক আমাদের অন্তরাত্মা, সেই হোক আমাদের শিক্ষার প্রকৃত বাণী। দিনের শেষে যেন আমরা নিজেদের চিনতে পারি যে আমি কে, চামড়া মাংসর হাড়ের মজ্জার এই আমি কেউ নই, আমি হচ্ছি সেই আদি অবিনশ্বর আত্মার প্রতিফলন, সেই প্রতিফলন মাত্র। এই আমাদের শিক্ষার মূল উদ্দেশ্য। প্রার্থনা করি সকলে আমরা সেই আলোর দিকে ধাবিত হই। অমোঘ আকর্ষণের মতো, যেমন রাত্রের মরীচিকা যেমন পতঙ্গ যেমন আগুনের দিকে ছুটে বেড়ায়, ঠিক তেমনি আমরা সেই ভগবত দর্শনের আলোর দিকে ছুটি, পূর্ণ জ্ঞানের উন্মেষ হোক। প্রণাম।
Thank you, sir. And thank you for the wonderful performance. Next, we move on to the felicitation and welcome of our guests and dignitaries. Now, I request Dr. Amitabh Roy, Principal, Jalpaiguri Government College of Engineering. And Dr. Probal Dev, Principal, Government College of Engineering and Leather Technology. Our patrons to kindly come up. And I also request Dr. Subhash Bormon, HOD CSC of JGEC, Government College of Engineering, Government College of Jalpaiguri Government College of Engineering, our program coordinator, to felicitate the principals, our patrons. I request Dr. Subhash Bormon to felicitate Dr. Dev of GCELT and Dr. Amitabh Roy of JGEC. Next, Dr. Amitabh Roy being felicitated by Subhash Bormon. Next, I would call upon Dr. Anindita Ganguly, our chief guest, Director of Technical Education, to kindly come up to the stage. And I would request Dr. Probal Dev to felicitate Madam and Dr. Amitabh Roy. Sorry for the inconvenience that was produced. We will continue with the felicitation program. Now, Dr. Amitabh Roy will felicitate our DT Madam, Dr. Anindita Ganguly. Dr. Amitabh Roy felicitating DT Madam. you, ma'am. Next, I would like to request Dr. Sanjay Kumar Dash, our guest of honor, Special Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Biotechnology, to come up on the stage. And I would request Dr. Amitabh Rai to felicitate Dr. Dash. Dr. Amitabh Rai felicitating Sanjay Kumar Dash, our guest of honor, Special Secretary of DSTBT. Thank you, Dr. Dash, and thank you, Dr. Roy. Next, I would call upon the stage Sri Utpal Kumar Biswas, our guest of honor, Principal Scientist, Department of Science and Technology, Biotechnology, to be felicitated by Dr. Amitabh Roy. Dr. Amitabh Roy felicitating Dr. Utpal Kumar Dash, Principal Scientist, DSTBT. Thank you, Dr. Roy, and thank you, Dr. Biswas, for being with us. Next, I would call upon stage our Honorable Special Guest of Honor, Professor Taposh Chakraborty, Vice Chancellor, MACOUT of West Bengal. I would request Dr. Amitabh Roy to felicitate Dr. Chakraborty. Dr. Amitabh Roy felicitating Dr. Taposh Chakraborty, Vice Chancellor of MACOUT, our special guest of honor. Thank you, Dr. Chakraborty, and thank you, Dr. Roy. And I would also like to call upon stage Dr. Subhash Barman, our program coordinator, and he would be felicitated by Dr. Amitabh Rai and Dr. Prabal Dev. Thank you, Dr. Roy, and thank you, Dr. Dev. And we welcome Dr. Subhash Barman, our program coordinator. Now, I would invite Dr. Amitabh Roy, Principal JGEC, to deliver his welcome speech.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. As your host and patron of the event, I, Dr. Amitabh Ray, would love to extend a warm welcome to all the delegates of the National Conference on Emerging Technologies for Future-Ready Engineering Education, being held on the 20th Science Popularization Series. ICT and affiliated to the Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University of Technology from 2010-2011. We have already successfully organized several national and international conferences, workshops, seminars, and public lectures in our college. It takes a lot of hard work and pain of the organizing committee to execute such type of conferences. We appreciate the initiative, dedication, and the time of the committee members and the volunteers, and the strong support that we have been receiving from all the government engineering colleges, and special thanks to Government College of Engineering and Leather Technology to be the academic partner of the program for achieving the goal of the conference. In the next 2 days, many experts from IIT Kharagpur, IIT Guwahati, IIST Shibpur, Jadavpur University, Calcutta University, NITTR, and digital communication. These innovations are not only reshaping industries, but also redefining the skills and mindsets required for future engineers. I encourage all participants to engage actively, share your perspective, and collaborate across discipline. Let this conference be a space where ideas are exchanged freely, where questions spark dialogue, and where solutions emerge that can guide us towards a future-ready education system. We are deeply grateful to the Department of Science and Technology and Biotechnology, Government of West Bengal, for their vision and support in making this conference possible. Again, we offer our gratitude to our coordinator, Dr. Suhash Barman, his advisory committee member, keynote speakers, and industry experts. With these words, I once again welcome you all to this conference 2026. May this conference inspire us, challenge us, and empower us to shape the engineers of tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words. Now, I request Dr. Probal Dev, Principal of GCELT, the academic partner of this initiative, to deliver his speech.
Good afternoon to all dignitaries on and off the dais. It's really a pleasure for GCELT to accommodate all these high dignitaries. Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, DT Madam, Sanjay Sir, Utpal Sir, Vidisha Madam, and Shoival Sir, all of this. Thank you so much. It's an opportunity for GCELT to jump into the joint venture of this with Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College. So we have tried our level best with limited resources and unlimited efforts. I would like to convey my gratitude to all my faculty members and staffs, and more so some so-called unskilled laborers like Sukumar Da, Dhanesh Da, all these Mali and sweepers who have worked tirelessly for this last 3 to 4 days. So for their skillful execution. And finally, শ্রীকৃষ্ণ তো জন্ম নিয়েছিল দেবকী মায়ের গর্ভে, মানে বেড়ে উঠেছে গোকুলে যশোদা মায়ের সে দায়িত্বে আর কি। তো অ্যাজ এ academic partner and as the venue, there are definitely some lapses, and I apologize on behalf of SEDCL for power cut, ultimately thing managed. So there are some lapses and I know it best. So যেটুকু হয়, so on behalf of the GCELT, I take the responsibility. I wish this conference will achieve its goals, and ultimately it will come to the maximum cross sections of students and for the society. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. With limited resources but unlimited effort, we move on to the inauguration of the ceremony, that is lighting of the lamp, which symbolizes the victory of knowledge over ignorance, as its gentle glow dispels the darkness both within and around us. After the lighting of lamp will be followed watering of the plant, which is also a symbolic expression which symbolizes caring for a new beginning so that it can grow and succeed. It also shows our responsibility to nurture our work and the environment. I request the dignitaries to kindly come forward. Lighting of the lamp in process. Lighting of the lamp to dispel darkness. And lighten the soul. Symbolizing a journey from darkness to light. The next symbolic act is watering the plant. Showing our responsibility to nurture our initiative as well as the environment. The dignitaries taking part in the process. Watering of the plant.
some of this core engineering data in 2023-24 in electrical engineering, particularly electrical engineering, because if you think about this energy problem, then other than electrical engineering and chemical engineering, I do not see any foresee that any other subjects that will contribute more to this. Of course, there are basic subjects. In 2023-24, number of students admitted under backout is 3,356. This number, last year, it came down to only 1,600. If you look at the civil engineering, 3 years ago, the number was about 2,700. This number has come down to only 700. Where are we going? Can we solve our problem, immediate social problem? I think future ready is definitely one thing, but the basic tenets of the society we should not forget, particularly with the teachers and present here. What we have been told by our forefathers, বর্তমানের প্রতি আমি ভাই ভবিষ্যতের ভাই I think we should not forget this. Our immediate problem we always need to keep in mind. Whatever modern technologies that is coming, we need to see that how we can immediately at least make the changes so that immediate problem in which we are living, we can address them. I don't like to say much about these technical parts because these technical parts will be developed or discussed by these experts. Let me remind, because if I talk about this NEP, then many people may not like it. Atmanirbharta, we do not have any other alternative compared to this. This is not that Narendra Modi is saying today. These things have been discussed by our forefathers more than 100 years. Let me take a quote here, what Documentaries said. Because Documentaries is not only that we need to sing songs and the dance, but he is the educationist. In fact, he is the first educationist who did this experiment with education in this country. He said the following thing, সকল দেশের শিক্ষার সঙ্গে দেশের সার্বঙ্গীন জীবনযাত্রার প্রয়োজন মিল থাকাটাই বিশেষ প্রয়োজন। যে শিক্ষার সঙ্গে আমাদের সার্বঙ্গীন জীবনযাত্রার কোনো সম্পর্ক নেই, সে শিক্ষা কোনো শিক্ষা নয়। তিনি আরও একটা কথা বলছেন, পার্টিকুলারলি যেটা আমরা ইউনিভার্সিটি এডুকেশন এবং কলেজ এডুকেশন সরকার হায়ার এডুকেশনের কথাবার্তা বলি, তিনি 1919 যখন বিশ্বভারতী তৈরি হয় তখন তিনি ঠিক এইটাই মনে করিয়ে দিচ্ছেন, শিক্ষার প্রকৃত ক্ষেত্র সেখানেই যেখানে বিদ্যার উদ্ভাবনা চলিতেছে। পরিষ্কার তিনি বলছেন বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের মুখ্য কাজ বিদ্যার উৎপাদন, তার গৌর কাজ সেই শিক্ষাকে দান করা। So it means that this importance of this research, he reminded to us more than 100 years ago. Are we following that? আমি আরেকটু পড়ি, বিদ্যার ক্ষেত্রে সেই সমস্ত মনীষীদিগকেই আহ্বান করিতে হইবে যাহারা নিজের শক্তি ও সাধনা দ্বারা অনুসন্ধান আবিষ্কার ও সৃষ্টির কার্যে নিবিষ্ট আছেন। তাহারা যেখানেই নিজের কাজে একত্র মিলিত হইবেন সেখানে স্বভাবতই জ্ঞানের উৎস উৎসাহিত হইবে। সেই উৎসধারায় নির্ঝরণী তটে দেশের সত্য বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের প্রতিষ্ঠা হইবে। বিদেশি বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় নকল করিয়া কিছু হইবে। I think this is all our education that this past couple of decades we are following. It's basically we are following this American university education problem. They have their different problem. Our problems are different. We will have to feed 1.5 billion people in this country. We will have to secure this energy. So our education policy will need to be innovative, exactly not what others are doing. আমি শেষ করি অ্যাটলিস্ট নজরুলের কথা বলে, পরোয়া করি না বাঁচি বা না বাঁচি, যুগের হুজুগ কেটে গেলে মাথার উপরে চলিছে রবি, রয়েছে সোনার শত ছেলে। সোনার শত ছেলেকে আমাদের এডুকেশন সিস্টেমের মধ্যে নিয়ে আসতে হবে, তাদের কথা ভাবতে হবে। So that should be our guiding policy. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call upon the stage to deliver his lecture Dr. Sanjay Kumar Dash, our guest of honor, Special Secretary, DSTBT.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. As I have a session with you just after this, so I would not like to elongate the nuance that has been set properly on how to address the raging problems of today. The desire that has been shown by our Director of Technical Education has been accentuated by Honorable VC in his deliberation. But both of them would like to see culturally sensitive and rather you can say problem-oriented approach, so that where solutions will really bring in change in what we are doing right now. Here I would like to just add one thing. Definitely we have to embrace the new solutions wherever and whatever form it is, but core subjects, they can't go away. As Honorable VC has just rightly said, the number of students getting enrolled or getting passed out with regards to the core subjects, the same thing is happening in the degree college too. If you see the core subjects like physics, chemistry, mathematics, the number is abysmal. But if we also take another look into some of the other colleges or other institutes, other engineering colleges around us, some of them are performing really well. They might not be government supported or government colleges. So there is some sort of gap that we are missing out to see or acknowledge. So we have to find out the real story behind this drop in the enrollment here with us and increase in the enrollment in many other institutions across the country. I was told that one of the renowned private universities in the southernmost part of our country, they have actually increased their intake in all their core as well as applied engineering faculties by nearly 200%. Even then, they are running short of their facilities to address to them. If we just look into our neighboring state, one of the private institutions, every year their number of enrollments is going up. Not only that, to copy their model, there are other institutes and universities coming around there, just contiguous states. But why are we failing here? So you are the best. I would just like to leave you with one simple thought, that it is far better to wage, that means keep your bet on the known horses rather than put your bet or wage on unknown horses. My colleagues here across the state government engineering colleges, they are known horses. If they look into themselves, start introspecting and understand the skill need of today and start by just lift themselves up to the need of the hour. I hope upskilling might be the only way to fight with this continuous decrease in the enrollment. If our teachers, our faculty, our administrators, they upskill themselves, it will be reflected in the number of entries that we are going to see in the coming days. I hope we all should upskill ourselves, and this should be the motto. With that, I would leave you with caution that not accepting the change might leave us with fighting with the lost battle. So to quote Sanju, we may lose today's battle, but we must win tomorrow's one. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, sir, for your enchanting speech. Next, we call upon Sri Uttam Kumar Vishwash, Principal Scientist, DSTBT, our guest of honor, to speak some first.
First of all, myself, principal scientist, Department of Science and Technology. Good afternoon to everyone. Now, actually, we are far behind from our schedule time, so I should not spend so many times for this inaugural session. Actually, এই ধরনের প্রোগ্রামে আসতে পেরে আজকে আমার খুব ভালোই লাগছে। এখানে আমার আসার অনেকগুলো পারপাস ফুলফিল হলো। প্রথম প্রোগ্রামটা অর্গানাইজ করছে জলপাইগুড়ি গভর্নমেন্ট ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং কলেজ। আমি ওই কলেজেরই alumni, 1989 পাস আউট। সেকেন্ডলি, এই প্রোগ্রামটা যে স্পন্সর করছি, আমি যে ডিপার্টমেন্টে আছি, ডিপার্টমেন্ট অফ সায়েন্স অ্যান্ড টেকনোলজি। আর থার্ড, যাদের এখানে বসে করা হচ্ছে তাদের সঙ্গে আমার অনেক দিনের সম্পর্ক, বিশেষ করে এই বিভিন্ন সায়েন্স পপুলেশন প্রোগ্রাম বা ডাব্লিউ ফিস্ট বা বিভিন্ন R&D প্রজেক্টের মাধ্যমে এখানে অনেক কাজ হয়েছে এবং আমি প্রত্যেকটার সঙ্গে অঙ্গাঙ্গিকভাবে জড়িত। মঞ্চ উপবিষ্ট যারা আছেন তারা এই প্রোগ্রাম সম্পর্কে অনেক কথাই বললেন এবং এই প্রোগ্রামটা শুরু হওয়ার মানে যখন এই প্রপোজালটা দেওয়ার থেকে শুরু করে সেটা আমি আর আমাদের মিস্টার সঞ্জয় দাস আমরা জানি যে কিভাবে ধীরে ধীরে এই প্রোগ্রামটা ম্যাচিওর করলো মানে এই আমাদের এখানে অ্যাপ্লিকেশন দেওয়া, তারপরে সেটা শর্ট আউট করা, তারপরে এই কিছু ফান্ডিংয়ের ব্যবস্থা করা, সেটা আমরা পুরো এই সিস্টেমের মধ্যে আমি এবং আমাদের মিস্টার সঞ্জয় দাস দুজনেই আমরা এর সঙ্গে ইনভলভ ছিলাম এবং আজকে এখানে আসতে পেরে খুবই ভালো লাগছে। আর প্রিন্সিপাল প্রফেসর অমিতাভ রায় সবসময় আমার সঙ্গে যোগাযোগ রাখেন বিভিন্ন ব্যাপারে, সে কলেজের কোনো প্রোগ্রামই হোক বা এই ধরনের কোনো প্রোগ্রামে। তো আমি ওকে জিজ্ঞাসা করেছিলাম যে এখানে টপিকগুলো কী কী আছে এবং কারা কারা এখানে মানে আলটিমেটলি বক্তৃতা দেবেন। তা তোকে আমি একটা সাজেশন দিয়েছিলাম যে যেহেতু এটা একটা কনফারেন্স হচ্ছে ইমার্জিং টেকনোলজিস ফর ফিউচার রেডি ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং এডুকেশন, তোকে আমি বললাম যে তুমি একটা ইন্টেলেকচুয়াল প্রপার্টি রাইটসের উপরে মানে যেখানে পেটেন্ট, কপিরাইট, ডিজাইন মানে যে এই জিনিসগুলো যেটা আছে তার উপর তুমি একটা সেশন বা দুটো সেশন তুমি রাখো। আমাদের সঞ্জয় দাস সাহেব তো আছেন, উনি তো AIML এর উপর খুবই একজন এক্সপার্ট একজন আছেন, উনি তো বলবেনই। এবং অমিতাভ আমাকে বলেছিল যে ইন্টেলেকচুয়াল প্রপার্টি রাইট বলতে, যে যেহেতু এখন অনেক দিন হলো আমি সেন্টারটা আমি চালিয়েছিলাম, সেই জন্য আমি একজন স্পিকার আমি এখানে বলে দিয়েছি আমাদের এখানে আসবে, ডক্টর মোহাম্মদ চৌধুরী, যে এখন আমাদের পেটেন্ট ইনফরমেশন সেন্টারটা দিচ্ছে। তা আশা করি অনেক রকমের প্রোগ্রাম হবে এবং অনেক ভালো ভালো এখানে যারা আছেন যারা আপনাদের বিভিন্ন বক্তৃতা করবেন এবং শোনাবেন। আশা করছি এই প্রোগ্রামটা খুব সাকসেসফুল হবে এবং আমরা ভবিষ্যতে আমরা চাই যে এই ধরনের প্রোগ্রাম আমাদের আরও বিভিন্ন ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং কলেজ, বিভিন্ন ইনস্টিটিউশন করি এবং তার জন্য আমাদের একটা স্কিমও আছে, সায়েন্স পপুলারাইজেশন স্কিম, যেটা আমরা করে রেখেছি। আপাতত আমাদের অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্টটা বন্ধ আছে, এটা হয়তো আবার কয়েক মাস পরে আবার খুলবে, আমাদের ওয়েবসাইটে আসবে। আপনাদের বিভিন্ন কলেজে আপনারা এই ধরনের প্রোগ্রামগুলো করুন, সেটাতে একটা কলেজের উন্নতি হয়। বিভিন্ন ফ্যাকাল্টি যারা আছে বিভিন্ন কলেজ থেকে তাদের একটা ঠিক ফ্যাকাল্টি ডেভেলপমেন্ট প্রোগ্রাম এটা বলবো না, কারণ তাদেরও অনেক কিছু জানার থাকবে। আমরা আমাদের যে স্পেশালাইজেশনের বাইরে তো আমাদের দরজা সবসময় আপনাদের জন্য খোলা। যদি কোনো রকম যদি কোনো টেকনিক্যাল যদি কোনো হেল্প যদি দরকার হয়, টেকনিক্যাল হেল্প ইন দ্য সেন্স মানে এই ধরনের কোনো সেমিনার, ওয়ার্কশপ বা বিভিন্ন R&D প্রজেক্ট, অবশ্যই আমাদের সঙ্গে যোগাযোগ করবেন। আমি এই আশা রাখছি এবং আশা করছি এই প্রোগ্রামটা খুব সাকসেসফুল হবে দুদিন ধরে। এবং আবার বলছি, আজকে আমি খুবই আনন্দিত, গর্বিত এবং নিজেকে আমার খুব ভালো লাগছে যে এই ধরনের একটা প্রোগ্রাম আসতে পারে। আশা করি প্রোগ্রাম আপনারাই সাফল্যমণ্ডিত করবেন। এই বলে আমি আমার সংক্ষিপ্ত বক্তৃতা শেষ করছি। নমস্কার।
Thank you, sir. Thank you, dignitaries, for your enchanting speeches. It was very encouraging, and we have learned that education is not merely book reading or programming or coding. It is much more. it leads to introspection and reflection. So now we move to the part of the vote of thanks, and I will request Dr. Subhash Varman, our program coordinator, to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected Chief Guest, our Honorable Director of Technical Education, Government of West Bengal, our special guest of honor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Macau, Principal, Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College, respected Principal, Government College of Engineering and Leather Technology, Kolkata, distinguished speakers, esteemed participants, members of the organizing committee, and my dear colleagues. Good afternoon, everyone. As the program coordinator of this national conference on emerging technologies for future-ready engineering education, it is my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks at this inaugural session. First and foremost, we are profoundly grateful to the Department of Science and Technology and Biotechnology, Government of West Bengal, for fully supporting this conference financially. Their commitment to promoting scientific research and educational advancement has been the backbone of this initiative. A very special mention and heartfelt gratitude to our Chief Guest,
Director of Technical Education, Madam, you were the first to dream of an event on this specific theme. From the very first spark of the idea through the meticulous planning to the successful execution, you have guided us at every single step. This conference is a reality today because of your unwavering mentorship. Our deepest gratitude goes to Professor Tapush Chakraborty, Honorable Vice Chancellor, MACAUT, for being here as the special guest of honor, highlighting the importance of the synergy between technology and education. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Government College of Engineering and Leather Technology, Kolkata, for being the academic partner, organizing an event of this magnitude while traveling from Jalpaiguri to the state capital would have been an insurmountable task without your local support. This beautiful venue, the seminar hall, the infrastructure, and the massive manpower provided have been the backbone of this event. স্পেশালি আমি কালকে এসে আমি দেখেছি এখানে কি পরিমাণ দক্ষযজ্ঞ চলছিল। যে জায়গাটায় আজকে আমরা নিয়ে এসেছি সেটাতে এই কলেজের একটা বিরাট আর কি, যেটা স্যার বললেন যে আনলিমিটেড এফোর্ট, সত্যি তাই আমরা কালকে দেখেছি। এবং তার জন্যই আই উড নাও রিকোয়েস্ট অল দ্য পার্টিসিপ্যান্টস অ্যান্ড মাই এন্টায়ার টিম জলপাইগুড়ি to please join me in giving a big round of applause to the principal of GCELT and his entire team for making this happen. My deepest gratitude goes to all the esteemed speakers for accepting our invitation. Thank you for making time in our program. Your insights will immensely help our participants explore the state-of-the-art research in this field. I would also like to thank the principals of the 9 government engineering colleges for allowing their faculty members to attend this conference, acknowledging the importance of this topic for our educators. A special thanks to all the members of the organizing committee, volunteers, and technical staff who have worked tirelessly both on and off stage for the last 2 weeks to bring this event for fruition. I am also extending a special thanks to our host and our dedicated team for the incredibly smooth conduct of this inauguration. The beautiful opening song and the dance performance added a wonderful grace to the start of our day. Finally, a big thank you to all the participants for your interest and active participation. We hope you will enjoy the intellectual feast ahead.
Last but not least, we are also thankful to the principal scientist, Mr. Utpal Kumar Vishwas, for being here. And I would also like to convey my special thanks to our Honorable Principal Sir, Dr. Omita Bode. Sir, you were the key to taking on this challenge. Your enormous support and constant presence, always being there to solve any issue the moment it arose, gave us the strength to move forward. Thank you, sir, for being our pillar of strength. Thank you all once again for making this inauguration a memorable one. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request everyone to kindly stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Before we end, I would like to call the team from the DTE office to come and collect the momentum, and thank you for your presence. As I call your names, please come up one by one. The team DTE. I start with Srimati Bidisha Mukherjee, Additional DT, Director of Technical Education, Government of West Bengal. Then Dr. Dhananjay Saha, Deputy DT, the DT team. Dr. Dhananjay Saha, Deputy DT. Srimati Bidisha Mukherjee, being felicitated. Ashini? Then Sri Shoibal Sinha, Deputy DT, Director of Technical Education, Government of West Bengal. Dr. Shoibal Sinha. Mukherjee being felicitated by Principal, Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College. Next, from the DT team, we have Sri Shoibal Sinha, Deputy DT. Sri Shoibal Sinha is being felicitated by Dr. Amitav Roy, Principal, Government College of Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College. Oh, Sri Shoibal Sinha is also from Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College. Then we have Dr. Shantanu Haldar, OSD, DTED, Director of Technical Education, our colleague. The third member of the DT team, Dr. Shantanu Haldar, who is also a member of GCELT. Dr. Shantanu Haldar being felicitated by Dr. Amitav Rai. Then we have Dr. Onup De, OSD DTED, Officer in Special Duty, Department of Technical Education, Dr. Onup De. Dr. Onup De, a part of the DT team, being felicitated by Dr. Amitav Rai. Dr. Anup De belongs from JGEC as well as GCELT. And then we have Sri Shukhendu Shekhar Mondol, Officer on Special Duty, DTED. Shukhendu is also an ex-student of GCELT. And he is now the official in special duty at the Department of Technical Education, Directorate of Technical Education, Government of West Bengal. Sri Shukhendu Shekhar Mondol being felicitated by Sri Amitav Rai, Principal, Government College, Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College. Shukhendu, our ex-student. And next we have Dr. Debayan Ganguly, Officer on Special Duty, Director of Technical Education, also our colleague. Dr. Debayan Ganguly belongs to both Bikash Bhavan as well as GCELT, being felicitated by Amitav Rai, Principal, JGEC. And this is the DT team. Next we call I would request the entire DT team to come over the stage for a photograph. The entire DT team, including the DT madam, the entire DT team we have amongst us. The team from Bikash Bhavan, Director of Technical Education team from Bikash Bhavan before us. This is the entire team, DT team present here at GCELT today for the conference. Next, I call upon the Department of Science and Technology, Biotechnology team, that is DSTBT team, comprising of Sri Sanjay Kumar Das and Dr. Utpal Kumar Bishwas. Sri Sanjay Kumar Das and Sri Utpal Kumar Bishwas, the DSTBT team, representing the DSTBT team here. We are waiting for Sanjay Kumar Das. Then I call upon the GCELT full team, comprising of the principal and all faculty members and staff, and to come over and collect their memento. The GCELT team, please come up. The GCELT team, led by the principal and faculty and staff members. The GCELT team being the token, the entire GCELT team. Next, the team from JGEC, led by Principal Amitavo De. The team from JGEC, the team from DTE, team from JGEC, led by Principal Amitavo Roy, along with faculty members involved in the initiative. The team from KGAC with the DT madam. This is the team from JCEC, in fact, Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College. Next, we call upon all the principals of the 9 engineering college. We call upon Dr. Vivek Chakraborty, Ramkrishna Mahato Government Engineering College, Purulia. Dr. Vivek Chakraborty from Ramkrishna Mahato Government Engineering College, Purulia, Principal. We call for Prabal Dev, Government College of Engineering and Leather Technology, Kolkata. Principal Prabal Dev, Government College of Engineering and Leather Technology, Kolkata. Dr. Shourabh Das, Kollani Government Engineering College, Shourabh Das. Next we have Dr. Shushobhan Chatterjee, Kuch Bihar Government Engineering College, Kuch Bihar, Principal. Then we have Anindo Ghosh, Government College of Engineering and Textile Technology, Baharampur. Dr. Anindo Ghosh, Principal, Government College of Engineering and Textile Technology, Baharampur. Then Dr. Shudipto Shekhar, Dr. Vivek Chakraborty. We have Dr. Shauri Shannal, Alipurduar Government Engineering and Management College, Alipurduar, Principal. Dr. Shauri Shannal. DST team comprising of Sanjay Kumar Das and Utpal Kumar Vishwas, who have already spoken before us. Thank you all for being present here. this, we come to the conclusion of the inaugural session, and we disperse for a tea break, and after which we will start with the technical sessions. But the technical session starts with, now I hand over the speech to Dr. Ifshi. So we disperse for the tea break, followed by a technical session which will be conducted by okay. As we have limited time, we will continue, and the tea will be served here. And we will start with the first speaker, Dr. Shyamol Kumar Das Mondol of IIT Kharagpur. And this session will be conducted by Shantanu Das, Professor Shantanu Das, Dr. Shyamol Kumar Das Mondol, speaker, IIT Kharagpur, and the session chair will be Shantanu Das. So we have amongst us Dr. Shyamol Kumar Das Mondol from IIT Kharagpur, being felicitated by Dr. Amitav Roy, and Shyamol Das will be the session chair for the event. Being felicitated. This session will be continued by I'll be handing over the mic to Shyamol Das, who will be the session chair for this event.
Thank you all. So we are going to start the technical session, and the first speaker of this technical session is being started now, and we have with us Dr. Shyamol Kumar Das Mondol, who is the Professor, Advanced Technology and Development Center, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. So I am having the privilege to state his brief CV to acquaint him with you. His topic today is digital pedagogy and technology enabled learning. Dr. Shyamol Kumar Das Mondol is a professor at the Advanced Technology Development Center of the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. He currently serves as the chairman of the Center for Teaching, Learning and Virtual Skilling, and has previously held the position of vice chairman ERP at the institute. Dr. Das Mondol obtained his PhD in engineering from Jadavpur University in 2007, specializing in electronics and telecommunication engineering. His research interests include speech and signal processing, computer-assisted spoken language learning, accent conversion, and optical sensor development for medical and agricultural applications. Over the years, he has led and contributed to several nationally funded research projects supported by the Government of India, particularly in the areas such as speech technology for Indian languages, e-learning pedagogy, and digital education frameworks. His work has significantly contributed to speech processing technologies and outcome-based education in engineering. His research work has been widely published in reputed international journals and conferences. Dr. Das Mondol has received several prestigious recognitions, including the Young IT Professional Award from the Computer Society of India and the Faculty Excellence Award from IIT Kharagpur. He is also a fellow of the Japan Society for the Promotion of Science. Beyond research, he is widely recognized for his impactful contributions to outcome-based education and faculty development, having delivered numerous invited lectures and training programs across leading academic institutions in India. So with this short introduction to Dr. Shyamol Kumar Das Mondol, I now request Dr. Das Mondol to please start his deliberation. Please.
How much time? Half an hour? But for half an hour. Okay, let's others will enter. Okay, so good afternoon to everybody. I think I am audible without my. Morning sessions has said, I have conducted many workshops on faculty development program, consist of 3-day and 5-day workshop in South, including all the leading private and government engineering college, starting from SRM, then Dindal Upadhyay, many, means Coimbatore, Madurai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, even Visakhapatnam. And also during, I think all of you remember, during 2014-15, we have conducted that OBE workshop for all Government Engineering College of West Bengal. I think it was 10, number of 10 workshops we have conducted, 70 participants in each, 5 days workshop. It was done in IIT Kharagpur under the TechWeek 2. For the Government of West Bengal Government of Technical Education is organized that part. So that I think many of you have attended my workshop. So today I talk about, but I cannot give you the total flavor of that whole things, OBE, accreditation, all those things. But I will give you certain idea that what should be done in engineering education, especially in under the NEP 2020. So as per the NEP 2020, all of you know that it is a policy document. It is not, you can say that it is a implementable or kind of things. It is a policy document, but we have to make it implementable. So my first question is raised here to all of you, that all of you are aware about it, that why this you have to understand first, that why they have make the division class up to class 8 called junior school education, 9, 10, 11, 12 we call higher school education, and after 10 plus 2, 4-year or more than 4-year degree program. Why this division was made? Most of us answer will be that age of the student? No. It is based on pedagogy. The junior school teaching is called example-based education. Teacher is a role model in the class. So junior school education pedagogy is completely different from other pedagogy. So here teacher is a role model, and the example of the teacher is very important for the development. No, a lot of people are talking. Okay, so all of us are teachers. So that is example-based pedagogy is used in junior school. And then when come to the 9, 10, 11, 12, why this division was there? Because this time we are transferring from example education to learner-centric education. If you see that when a kid come from a school, from junior school, if you want to ask what you want to be, his answer will be, I like to be my miss or my class teacher. The appearance of the class teachers, the behavior of the class teacher is matter there. That's why the junior school education is completely different from higher school education and college education. We are not discussing about that part because that is different pedagogy. Come to that higher school education, it is called learner-centric pedagogy starting. Transition from teacher-centric education to learner-centric education. And when you say that when the class 12 students, they know what to study. So it is learner want to learn, that's why they are studying. And when they come to class 10 plus 12, 10 plus 2, 4-year or more than 4-year degree program, it is completely learner-centric education. Learner-centric education means it is learner want to learn, that's why they have admitted in your institution. So learner-centric education has a big, huge problem. That what should we do in learner-centric education? So I'm not going details on that, but I just give you some idea that what are the challenges as in all of us teachers, we are teaching in the class. What are the challenges we are facing? First is student engagement. Most of the teachers said, students are not coming to the class, then what should I do? Yes, true. Go to the student side. If you ask the student why you are not attending the class, their question said, give me 2 reasons why should I attend the class. Until unless I attend the class, I do not know what teacher will teach. So there is no need to study in hostels or home. And once I attend the class, I find out teacher delivering a material which is available in Google. So why should I attend the class? Now most of the students believe 7 days study before the exam, they will clear the exam. So why should require a 4-year degree program? If it is 8 semester, 8 into 7, 56 days is sufficient for degree program. Then why should I wasting the time and all kinds of money, all kinds of time of the students, time of the teachers? Why? So as a teacher, the thing is, I have to remember how do I engage the students throughout the semester. The problem. So what should be the solution? Second question is, how to equip student with 21st century knowledge, skill and attitude. First I'll show you one slide. Which part of that education system you want? Obviously answer will be the second part. People say education is enjoyable. No, education is not for enjoyment. Education is not for enjoyment. So now, if you remember, I just again, because the Tagore came many times, so I just given the example of the Tagore again, that the education system which we are seeing presently, what Tagore said about that this education system for producing clerk. British started this education system to produce the clerk, not for development. So what he said? He said that we are carrying education, education is not carrying us. শিক্ষাকে আমরা বহন করিয়াই চলিলাম, বাহন করিতে পারিলাম না. If you go to the any class, any institute, there is a model question, model answer. Model question, model answer. Even this Macau has a model question book. Is the education is model question, model answer? Go to the class, teacher said, this question is very, very important. What do you mean by very, very important question? Go to any parent-teachers meeting, those teacher has to write down the question, answer. And in the exam, the parent, what is the parent asking? Waiting outside the exam hall when the students come out, have you not answered this question? Yesterday night you have read it. That means the education is nothing but a question and answer. This education is question and answer and getting a number in the exam. Yes, we are turned the education system like that, but Tagore do not want that. Tagore said that education is nothing but a carrying. Education should carrying us. People thought Tagore created Vishwavarati for under the tree, and the environment was nothing at all. He said, if you want to say that I am a dance teacher, you have to dance on the stage. If I say I am a singer, I have to sing on the stage. His expertise was culture, that's why he created there. Who was Ramkinkar Bej? What is his degree? His PhD? But what he wants? He wants skill among the learners. So education is not only knowledge, it is also skill development. All our programs are there, skill development. We have to develop the skill. Then the question will come, what is the difference between the skill and education? Or I can say, what is the difference between training and education? Question is there, if I train a tiger, tiger will sit on a chair. But is it education? So education is not only skill development, it is also attitude development. So what is the requirement of the 21st century education is the development of the knowledge, skill and attitude. Again, I come back from learning theory. What learning theory says that, what are the domains of learning in learning theory? Anybody knows domains of learning? There is 3 domains of learning: cognitive domain, psychomotor domain and effective domain, as per the taxonomy, Bloom's taxonomy. Learning theory. Now cognitive domain, cognitive skill; psychomotor domain, psychomotor skill, what we are deal with in engineering education. Then what is effective domain? That effective domain is came in the attitude. So difference between a training and education is the attitude only. We have to develop the skill along with attitude, means effective domain teaching. Example, most of the question you ask, what is Schrodinger equation? Derive the time derivative Schrodinger equation. What is the use? No. Nobody knows. So that is not education. Effective domain education is that if I have a knowledge on Schrodinger equation, what I am able to do. I know Newton's law of motion, but if I not applied in my daily life, then I exactly do not know Newton's law of motion. That is effective domains of teaching. I am not going details because there is a details of theory, and it is possible to train the teachers and teach on effective domain. It is possible. It is not impossible task. Next question is how to continuously improve the curricula. Today we are the age of technology. And we said that we have a curriculum revision committee. After every 5 years they revise the curricula. What do you mean by curricula? A list of topics. Is the education is a list of topics? It's a summation of credit. So what is the list of topic? No, this is the subject name, those are the list. Now let's say teacher A is teaching the subject, there is a five chapter. Teacher A is not very good in chapter number 5 or 6. So what he do? He spend the maximum time of chapter 1 and 4 and very few lecture on chapter 5. Who is deprived? Student. So if your curricula is not continuously upgraded with an authentic source, that means your curricula is not your part. Your curricula is part of the society. So society will upgrade the curriculum. I will come to that, how society will upgrade the curriculum. So that is continuously improvement of the curricula is required. Whatever I teach in the first semester, I never taught in the second batch for the first semester. Let's say I take a subject on X. The delivery of my subject X on semester for batch 1 and delivery of the subject in batch 2 will be completely different. Because I have to analyze what I have done mistake, I have to take the feedback and continuously do that. So that is required. Second is how to ensure examination system reinforce teaching and learning. Very good, very important part of education system which is neglected. Most of us, we do not know what is the difference between assessment and evaluation. We said continuous evaluation. Is it possible to continuously evaluate? Impossible. So what is assessment and what is evaluation? People said examination or evaluation. Not at all. Any examination is assessment. Assessment is a procedure to collect evidence about learner competence. So any exam you take, it is called assessment. What is evaluation? Based on the collected evidence, when you quantify the learner competence, that is evaluation. Have you made the question like that? No, never. So, purpose for examination is not to provide marks to the students. I have given that example many times. Let's say you go to a doctor. Doctor said, examine your blood for blood sugar. And you examine your blood sugar is 300. Is it over? Unless you show to the doctor and take the prescribed medicine, loop is not closed. So examination is not to provide marks to the student. It is the reinforcement of teaching learning. How do you do that? How this examination system will reinforce the teaching learning. Next one is how to ensure lifelong learning. Today education is nothing but a spoon feeding. All the exam, what is the reliability? Sustainability of reliability of the exam. If I say today I take an exam, a student got 80% marks. If I take the same exam after 1 month or after 1 year, can you ensure that he will get 80% marks? Then what is the reliability of that exam? Zero. Then what is the need of that exam? Zero. Most of us, when I ask a question of first year question to a fourth year student said, sir, I forgot it. Then why I taught that course? If a fourth year student said the first year things I forgot, then why I require that course in my syllabus? So how do I increase this reliability or sustainability? By lifelong learning. Again I quote from Tagore. What Tagore said about lifelong learning? He said there is a king, he wanted to educate a bird. He employed several teachers. Every teacher thought this is very important, spoon feed the bird. And one day bird died. This is the happening. We thought this is very important, this is very important, this is very, very important, this is very, very important. And students said nothing are important, only examination is important. So what they do? Before the exam, they go to the library, find out the last 2-3 year question paper, and they 100% predict what question will come in this semester. What they want to do? They find out the teacher's outcome. And it is 100% predictable. A question is 100% predictable. That why would we require that exam and that question? Last one is very important, how to teach a large class. If I ask you what is the teacher-student ratio for best teaching? What is the teacher-student ratio for best teaching? 15:1. Why not 18:1? So if somebody said 15:1, what is the reason? Why it is 15:1? Why it is not 30:1? Why not it is 18:1? But why? I ask the why. Why not 21:1? Why not 22:1? The best teaching happens when the teacher-student ratio is 1:1, as per the learning theory. As per the learning theory said, if your instructional delivery matches with learner learning style learning approaches, best teaching happens. So best teaching only can happen if the teacher-student ratio is 1:1. Now 1:1 is not classroom teaching, then what should I do? That is the requirement of the training. No, it is the pedagogy. I have to use correct pedagogy and correct educational technology to virtually make 1:1 teacher-student ratio. As long as I am able to virtually make 1:1 teacher-student ratio, my classroom strength doesn't matter. Whether it is 100, whether it is 200, as long as I able to make virtually 1:1 teacher-student ratio, my number of students doesn't matter in my class. So how do I make it virtually 1:1? That requires teacher training. Every teacher must follow a correct pedagogy. Correct pedagogy and to use correct educational technology to make virtually 1:1 teacher-student ratio, which is called personalized learning. You have heard the terminology is called personalized learning. So what do you mean by personalized? So personalized learning nothing but making a virtually 1:1 teacher-student ratio. So that all are questions. How do I engage the students? How do I develop their skill and attitude? How do I develop the continuous improvement of the curriculum? Today people are saying, oh, we are following MIT syllabus. Are they becomes MIT? Some students, we are following IIT syllabus. Are they become IIT? Never. So following syllabus, during the syllabus committee, oh, we refer to Oxford syllabus. You never become Oxford. So that's why I think I'm not going details. You have a own mission, vision statement. Let's say, give an example. How many computer science programs are there in all over India? More than 4,000? Are you say all are equal? All are same? All are BTech in computer science engineering? Is all program is same? Then AICT will publish a syllabus and that can be followed by every institute. No. Every syllabus, every programs are unique on their need. That is called program educational outcome. All program educational outcome is not equal for everybody. You know that NBA accreditation and that part. So those are the problem. How do I derive the solution? This is the important question. What is the pedagogy I have to use? What kind of technology I have to use? And what kind of, you can say, the assessment I have to use so that I virtually make 1:1 teacher-student ratio. I'm not saying the present education system is bad. You can say that, you may argue that in past lot of brilliant students is pass out from that college, lot of brilliant students is established. Why we say that education system is wrong? No, I'm not saying education system is wrong. I'm saying it is not scalable. Earlier when we study, our strength of the class is 32. But today engineering students 100. So the technology or the pedagogy which is used for 32 is not applicable for 100. So we said it is not scalable. So we have to change that education system to completely a new education era. I just explain this part first because this part is the most neglected part in our education system. We design question paper, the assessment and evaluation is an integral part of your education system. If the assessment and evaluation is completely wrong, your education cannot be correct. Most of the teacher here, what question you have made in the semester exam? Write a short note on A, B, C, explain this, describe this, derive this, prove that fx equal to gx. None of them are correct assessment questions. None of them are. What we want to assess? We want to assess the competence of the students for their certification. If it is for certification, let's say I said you get A grade. What do you mean by A grade? It is not 80% marks. So what is that? That suppose I have a subject which has 5 course outcome. I'm not describing course outcome because that is again another topic. I assume that all of you know the course outcome because of NVA. The course outcome means the skill which will develop by on the students at the end of the course, or I can say major takeaway of the students. Let's say example I giving. Suppose you are admitting a driving school. What will be your course outcome? To getting a driving license, or to know what is power steering, what is gear, what is clutch, to know that? No. Your outcome is you will be able to drive a light motor vehicle or heavy motor vehicle on the city road or village road condition. That is outcome. So whatever the subject you taught, can you specialize that those are the skills students will develop at the end of the course? And once you identify them, then what is your competence? That if a student achieve 4 skill, then his competence is, if all are equal, then 4 by 5 into 100%. So there is no need to question who said this, why said this, when said this. If you visited any institute in India, any hall, what do you find out? Lot of things are written on the bench, lot of things are written on the wall, and most complain, oh, students are coming a piece of paper. I said both are same. Whether they come with a piece of paper or they write from their brain, all are same. Because your question is not reliable. If you give a question, explain the principle of AC machine, why student has to remember it? A students just read it before the exam, come in the exam. A students will come a piece of paper, or a clever student come half an hour before the exam will write down in the bench. All are same. All of them will forget after the exam. So reliability is 0. So that's why it is called criteria-based assessment. I am coming to theory. This assessment is called criteria. There are 2 kinds of assessment. One is called norm reference assessment. Another is called criteria-based assessment. This is called criteria-based assessment. What is the criteria? Course outcome. So your question paper must be related or mapped with course outcome. It is not that I have to give a 30% marks should be very easy so that every student can answer. There is nothing called pass and fail. Whether they have attained the desired outcomes or not. If it is not, there is nothing called pass and fail. Now let's say, what I said, let's say after the exam I find out most of the students does not attain that outcome number 3. As a teacher, what feedback I can take? That means my teaching learning is not correct for outcome number 3, or outcome number 3 is not attainable. So that is called teacher reinforcement. Evaluate the effectiveness of the instruction. So as a teacher, I have to find out what is my common mistake in this batch, and so that same mistake should not repeated in the next batch. That is called teacher level reinforcement. Then come to the local reinforcement. This may arise at the end of the course, none of the students achieve none of the outcome. To avoid this, we call periodic assessment, not evaluation. Periodic assessment. All of you taken class test. What is the purpose of the class test? Not to provide marks to the student. Find out their misconception, provide remedial lessons. Find out their misconception, provide remedial lesson. That is called local level reinforcement. So job of the teacher is not to teach in the class. It is not required today. After Google discovery, after materials are available to the students, the teacher do not required to deliver the information in the class. No longer required today. Teacher has to ensure that skill is developed. Until unless the skill is developed, student cannot compete in the real world. So none of the company today are taking your CGPA. Nobody believes. because your CGPA reliability is 0. 7 CGPA students and 8 CGPA student, maybe the 7 CGPA student is better than the 8 in analytical thinking. So your CGPA is completely gone because it is unreliable. High secondary marks is completely unreliable. So nobody take care about the high secondary marks. Until unless your examination become reliable, your examination do not have any meaning. Even I said JEE exam, it is called norm reference examination. If you see the JEE exam, what we are doing, we are doing a practice which is mechanical. We are not inculcating the brain. I have said that in different forums, back 2010, 2000, when that JEE exam supposed to be a comprehensive examination. I am supposed to solve a problem at that time. If you see the geographical change, that time, lot of good meritorious students came from village area. Their fundamentals are very clear. Even JU, if you take that Jadavpur University statistics, most of the successful students came from village area. Most of them. Today they are not coming. Why? Because the today exam is mechanical. We are not testing their reliability, or we are not testing their concepts. We are testing their practices. Which all the society, that's the effect of engineering college we are receiving. We do not get the students, even IIT, we are not getting the students where we can inculcate an idea. None of the student has a questions. We destroy their thinking ability completely. Only they know, sir, there is a multiple choice question, I can answer. If there is no multiple choice question, I cannot answer. So this is because of the competitive exam, whatever we developed. That is completely wrong, which is called norm reference examination. We design it wrong. That's I'm not discussing on it. So this is called reinforcement of teaching learning. I just few seconds I'll just explain this part. Many of you know learner-centric education system. Flip teaching, game-based learning, blended learning, project-based learning. But what is the requirement? If I want to teach flip, am I define what to learn? Never. Have you defined that what to learn? Never. You never define what to learn. You said topic. Analog electronics is a topic. It requires entire life to learn analog electronics. So you have not defined that. So you cannot do the flip teaching. Because of your syllabus is not scientific, flip teaching is not possible. Game-based learning. What game I should develop? For what purpose? Never we have defined. Come to the project-based learning. People are saying experiential learning. If you do not know what to learn, what do you mean by experiential learning? It's a terminology. So I'm not saying experiential learning is important, but before that, your learning target must be defined. Until unless it is defined, experiential learning is not possible. Today people are encouraging blended learning. People thought blended learning means question answer, students will learn in home and give the exam. This is not at all a learning. So blended learning means I know the target, I ask the student, I'll give you the example of blended learning. Let's, within 5 minutes. I'm not describing outcome-based learning, so I just only want to clarify one thing. Beside this, accreditation. All of you know the accreditation, no? So what is the purpose for accreditation? Who will benchmark? Government. They will give a piece of paper, you are accredited. Who will define it? Student. So accreditation is only for students. Until unless accreditation is implemented in the classroom, what is the purpose for accreditation? What do you mean by accreditation? The idea came from how do I measure a quality of a product? There are two methodologies. One is called subjective, another is called objective. Subjective means when you book a hotel from Make My Trip, you see the review. That is subjective opinion. Okay? So IIT BTechs are good, subjective opinion, not objective opinion. Now if I want to measure it objectively, then I have to define certain parameters. Anything. If my microphone wants to measure objectively, then I have to measure different parameters. What is the directivity, how much power it is produced, how much power it is consumed. So those are the dimensions called measure the quality. Can I measure objectively education? Yes. That is accreditation. Accreditation never granted for institute. What is the product? Program. Your product is the program. We want to measure the quality of that program by measuring the product. On the other hand, what is the requirement? You said, I am BTech engineer, civil engineer. Why society will accept you BTech civil engineer? Because you have a piece of paper. Nobody is care about this piece of paper. That means you have certain skill which common man does not have. That's why you designated civil engineer. Another, if you go to the another perspective, when you come to country A, country B, country C, why country A civil engineer will be accepted in country B? Because of a piece of paper? No. Because you have a certain skill which country B also recognize. So that means there is some body required who define the skill which is required for a BTech civil engineer, and you have to develop those skills among the students. Those are the job of the accreditation body. Accreditation body purpose is to define those of the skill in consulting with industry, consulting with the societal requirement. See, what is the purpose for education? It is not development of the human being. Purpose of education is producing skilled labor, simply. A society requires different kind of skilled labor. Somebody will drive the car, somebody will make roads, somebody will make medicine, somebody will... So all kind of skilled labor I required. One of the methodology to produce skilled labor is education system. That's the purpose for education system. Just producing a skilled labor with an effective domain skill. Not skill that who said this, why said this, that is not required. We require real skill which is also applied in effective domain. So those accreditation has been implemented using outcome-based methods. I am not describing it. Okay, I just give you the glance of the what is outcome-based education, OBE. Okay, I describe it by here. How many of you have seen that book? Alice in the Wonderland. What is the philosophy of this cover page? A girl standing on a junction of path, he asks the cat which path she is supposed to take. Cat reply, where you want to go? Girl said, I do not know. Cat said, take any path, doesn't matter. So unless you know the goal, your path doesn't matter. So outcome-based education says that define the goal which is measurable, specific and achievable. So job of the teacher is to define the goal and guide and mentor the students to reach the goal. Most of us whole night prepare a PowerPoint, go to the class, facing back to the students, delivering 1 hour lecture, reading from PPT. No need. Not required today. So job of the teacher to define the goal, mentor and guide the students to reach the goal. Learning is learner responsibility, not teacher responsibility. Learning cannot be teacher responsibility. Learner do not want to learn, none of the teacher can teach them. If you see, what is any guru of our ancient cultures said that I will take you to the God? Nobody. I will show you the path to reach the God. Teacher role is to show the path the students to achieve the target. Then teacher said, sir, what should I do? My class, few students are coming. What should I do? It is not the fault of the students. It is the fault of the teacher. If you see, in society there are many gurus. Some gurus have thousands of disciples and some guru has a few disciples. Why? Guru who can motivate has a thousands of disciples. So as a teacher you are a guru. You have to motivate the students. Motivation does not mean always positive. When you go to if you go to a astrologer, their motivation to selling that stone is not always positive. Sometimes he said like this, then if you not do this, then your life will be hell. So that kind of psychological motivation things has to be learned by the teacher. That requires teacher training. It cannot be developed. I just done my PhD, I employed as a teacher and I will teach in the class. Impossible. Teacher required a proper training to teach the students in proper guidance. And a teacher cannot say, I am not available. Teacher is available to the student 24 hours for any problem. Then I just go to that things that I have give you so many problems, but I come to the solution. Last one. How do you solve the problem? How do I engage the students? How do you motivate the students? How do you develop the skill? So what we said, I'm not demonstrating the software which you have. I said there is a technological intervention we have made, which is called OB framework for your curriculum development. Suppose you are teaching a subject. Let's say I give example of signal processing. I'm teaching. Let's say a subject. Every subject has a subject overview. What is the subject overview? Most of the teacher, what you do in the first class? This came from Sukumar Ray, I again said. You know the Sukumar Ray, that the famous poem, Bidde Bojai Babu Musai Chori Suker Bode, Majire Kano Bolte Paris. So what is the philosophy? That learned person asks the boat drivers, are you know how sun rays, how tide came, how moon rays? At the end what he said, when the storm is come and boat supposed to sink, then boat driver asks to the learned person, sir, are you know swimming? Then say no. Then say your life is hell now. So as a teacher you have to establish what is the skill. Why I read digital signal processing? My very simple question. Should I get a grade and I pass and I get a certificate? No. So that is the teacher's job. That motivate the students in the first class. So course overview not only contain that coverage of the courses, but motivation of the students. Then come to the course level learning outcome. You have to write down the outcome, and every outcome has to be developed with a problem, linked with a problem, but no solution. Never give the complete solution to the students. Once you give the complete solution, you are destroying student thinking ability. Only guide the students to solve it. Never give the complete solution. Once you give it, then their thinking ability is destroyed. So only problem. Then course module means chapter. Then module overview, module learning outcome, module level practice problem, lecture means every lecture. So if you prepare your course like that and give it to the students before they come to the class. Now you say tomorrow I'll take lecture number 2. So every students know what is lecture overview, what is lecture outcome, and what kind of problem they have to solve. So they cannot say I do not know what teacher will teach in the next class, that's why I am not studied. They know, so they have to study in the hostels or home and come prepared. Class will be interactive. You encourage the students to solve unknown problem in the class instead of delivering information. Then student engagement will increase. What you are developing? Student skill. Now if your curriculum available online, every industry people can give a feedback. Every ex-students can give a feedback. So you may say, I have developed 5 problems. Your ex-student will say, no, no, no. Sir, this outcome, this problem is best fitted. So your course will be continuously upgraded. Continuous improvement of the curriculum. Examination I have not covered. Then come to the self-learning ability. You are encouraging self-learning of the student. They have to solve that question by themselves. That is the most important point in today's education system. We are neglecting their self-learning ability. Next one is large classroom. I just explained that and then I stop. What is large classroom? What do you mean by large classroom teaching? What do you mean by large classroom? 100 students, 200 students, what is the problem? In large classroom, main problem is that if I teach for the first bench, the middle bench will say subject is difficult, and end bench will say subject is very difficult, do not read the subject. If I teach for the middle bench, then the first bench will say subject is easy, and middle bench say oh subject is okay, and last bench still says subject is useless, subject is difficult. Then if I teach for the last bench, then the first bench and middle bench student will say subject is useless. So you cannot change the subject or subject, you can say the complexity of your skill depending on the student. Your complexity of the skill is defined by accreditation. Now you have to ensure the last bench develop the minimum complexity. So if that whole things are available to the students, the good students may say, sir, I have achieved all that outcome. Give them the very complex problem. Middle bench will come after certain time, sir, I have achieved it. Give them the very complex problem. You have to ensure that whatever the curriculum is described, last bench is achieved. So I am not going, so this is a very scientific process. Attainment calculation, curriculum development, question, how to prepare a question paper, all are very scientific process. Nothing is required, nothing is arbitrary. Everything is very much scientifically well organized. You have to know everything. If you want to develop a question paper which is reliable, if you want to develop the education system which is reliable for the students. Thank you.
So I think we were mesmerized to listen to Dr. Shyamol Kumar Das Mondol. So now if some couple of questions are there from the audience. Yes.
Sir, as you have said that ideal teacher-student ratio should be 1:1, but in case of classroom learning, we have suppose 60 number of students. So virtually you have to create a situation where it will be felt that the teacher-student ratio is 1:1. Can you give some insight in that purpose?
Not required. So you have to develop the curriculum like this. Give it to the student before they come to your class. Okay? Now, once you go to the class, what you will do? You never give the lecture for 1 hour. First 20 minutes, you just give the insight of the concept. There is another thing, see, I have not linked it. Today, people are thinking that we have to know Indian knowledge system, no? What is the purpose? All of computer science is science teachers. When you teach Markov chain, what example you have given? John said this, but John is not applicable in your class. Your culture is not John culture because you are teaching from a foreign book. So you have to adapt to your own culture. So what I said, first 20 minutes you have to explain the concept with everyday concrete example. Okay, done. Next, all the lecture hours, you have to give us, you have to provide a new question in the board and ask to solve the student. Now you are not teaching to the 60 students. The students know it, they can solve it there and they can clear their doubt to their fellow students in their own language, not in your language. So that is very important. You are teaching pedagogy and your curriculum and your assessment unless it is changed, you cannot create virtually 1:1 teacher-student ratio. You may say the feed JE, what is their purpose? They are not teaching physics to the students. They have to maximize the marks in the exam. So their purpose, they design their curricula. Their books, if you see, is completely different. Their purpose, their teaching methodology is completely different because they only know there is a fourth choice, how to eliminate the choice. But our purpose is to develop the students' deep knowledge. So if there is two examples. We said there are two kinds of students. One is Marxist, one is fundamentalist. Okay, so there is one kind of students who fight for Marx, they are Marxist, and one kind of students, they try to understand the fundamental of, we call fundamentalist. We have to improve the fundamentalist, not Marxism.
Okay, another question? Yeah.
So my question is that you told a lot of things that there should be some changes in the curriculum as well as changes in the pattern of the examination. But is this out of some studies that has been made already, or and
Okay.
how much improvement that has been taken?
Yes, that is good questions. Before NBA started in India, you know what this kind of research is going on? This kind of research is going on in IIT Delhi first, then IIT Kharagpur. Professor A.K. Ray, Anup K. Ray. He is the pioneer of education technology in India. So from that time we are discussing what should be our education system, seeing the scalability. If you go to the Oxford, their purpose is completely different. Their system is not that much of scalable required because number of students in there and number of students in ours are completely different. So we consulted all the given research and all those research, and then we small survey we conducted. Like the answer I gave, the students, what students said about the class. They said, sir, give me 2 reasons why should I attend the class. This is research output from the student. Student itself said that. So this whole research, there is one research is done by one of the PhD students, the effectiveness of the OBE in the engineering students. There is one thesis is already submitted by and he's got the degree also. So he studied for private engineering colleges. There is another dimension of the, I am not given that lecture, dimension, what is scholarship teaching? Scholarship teaching, that how do you teach in the class? There is a complete research available. All data is available for foreign study, but Indian data is not yet available because it is a very time consuming part and it required a PhD student to 8 years, so none of the PhD students said, I do not want to take this problem because this is a 8-year problem kind of thing.
I think last question.
First of all, that's a brilliant presentation. Let me stand here. Thank you so much for your time. It's not a question that just I would like to hear your opinion. I believe in order to kind of break down, like instead of just, hey, this is the subject, but the capability can be partitioned, as you said, someone who has got maybe in, say, a network theory, maybe he got 89, but that does not mean that person is very good in out-of-the-box thinking, and the other way also.
Yes.
So don't you think there is a need for a kind of, a very comprehensive tool that uses very specific customized algorithms of deep learning just to compartmentalize and break it down and actually evaluates or assesses, I can elaborate later, evaluates or assesses students based on not just, hey, this subject, but breaking it down further, research capability, teamwork, honesty, out-of-box thinking, communication skills, presentation skills, and subject matter, the comprehensive. Don't you think that might be the thing?
Yes.
It's not an utopia, it's realistically possible. The reason is that I have been developing a tool like that for the last 2 years. So do you think a tool like that, which is a very pioneering in the Indian context, very pioneering, I have talked to around 68 professors throughout the country. They all said, we have talked about NEP 2020, we have had presentations, but nobody has actually started creating a tangible product. So that's sort of, do you think this is going to be very important?
Yes. In the context of Gen AI, I have not touched that topic. In context of Gen AI, the many time teachers are saying that, sir, what should I do? If I make a question, student goes to the chat GPT and put the question, get the answer. Now, if a teacher give a question which can be answered by chat GPT, are you thinking you are a teacher? That's I want. I want real answer. I do not want, most of the cases, if you give an assignment, the most common problem is the student will copy from each other. This is your most common problem. But I don't bother about it. Today, if you see, students are not yet taking the notes. They come a smartphone after your board work is completed, they take a snap. They never see that board work again, except that question is come in the exam. Yes. Missing. Yes. Yes. I just show you one example for that. I think I have one question for that. Let's say I teach a course on acoustics. I teach a course on acoustics, how to design the studio, how to design the auditorium. So that part. Let's say one of the outcome is the sound reflection transmission for a given acoustic source and condition. That is my outcome. What should be the question? I have not given defined sound absorption. I give the questions, a plane wave in water, pressure incident normally on a sand bottom. The sand bottom characteristic is given. Calculate the effective pressure back. So I want that application oriented things where no book can give that answer. A teacher will create that things. Even if a small question, let's say come to a very class level question. Sorry. I am not going details of it because that is not mandatory for you. I cannot get the time. Class level question. One of the class is my derive the mathematical expression for acoustic impedance for a spherical wave propagation. My class outcome. My question is not derive the mathematical. My question is, given a small spherical wave in air at radial distance of the compute the absolute magnitude of acoustic impedance for that frequency at that rate. You can. Yes. That is the fruit of the education. Yes. That student will appreciate. Even that student will, you may say student will fail, but student will at the end they will appreciate. I just end this lecture by giving an example from my JU teachers. That there is a lathe workshop in the JU, Blue Earth workshop, everybody knows. And one of the famous mechanical teachers is teaching us the lathe. At the end of the workshop, there is a lab viva. So in the lab viva, he said there is a two spherical identical ball, both are painted with blue color. His question was told me which one is the cast iron and which one is the steel. Simple question. And we go one by one. We said Archimedes principle. We said density of the material. Many theory we said. He said, I do not want to listen to your theory. You told me which one is steel and which one is cast iron. Whole class fell. Then started he called that subordinate who supposed to help us in the lead machine. Then he asked, same question he asked, which one is steel and which one is cast iron. He smartly came, take the two on the floor. And he said, this is steel and this is cast iron. What he taught engineering is not what theory you know. I don't care about it. I want solution from you. And that teaching, after that we thought, okay, this is the education. Education is not theory, what I know. Thank you.
Yeah. At the end, Director Madam is wanting to.
Sir, I just want to ask you one thing. Ecosystem, academic ecosystem of our colleges is totally broken now. No student comes to class and hardly few teachers also come to class to take the classes. So what should be our take-home message, sir? How can we improve the system on our part? I feel ashamed to ask this question, but it is so.
See that this problem is not the one-sided problem. This is both-sided. I can ensure you that whatever I have seen many private engineering colleges in outside West Bengal, also in South, particularly in South. If you go to Madurai, if you go to Trichy, or if you go to the Coimbatore, there is a lot of good private engineering colleges. You see their model. Even I've given that many times their lectures because all teachers. What is the first requirement is the resources. Sitting 30 computer, you run a college is not applicable. First, you require adequate resources for the college. Second, required faculty member. Not only faculty member recruited, train them properly. I know out of 100 faculty member, I can modulate 30. 70 I cannot. But if 30 is modulated, next year I can modulate 70. So there is a proper training to the faculty member to modulate them. Why that? See that there is both way problem. Once I enter the class, I find no students is there, so I am demotivated. And once the students came, students find out the teacher is just presenting a material, so they demotivated. So this is the both sides problem. No technology, no nothing can solve it unless resources, proper training, proper guidance is there. Nobody can solve this problem.
I think we have to wind it up because in the lunch time you can discuss and you can go on continuing. So at the end, I wish to hand over one memento on behalf of the organizers to our honorable speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Shantanu Das and Dr. Shamal Kumar Das Mondol.
So thank you for your very enriching lecture actually.
Thank you, Dr. Das Mondol, for presenting us such an interesting, intriguing and interactive session. And now we are going to take a short lunch break. We will resume back our next technical session sharp at 2:45 p.m. Thank you.